Hi, it is the human operating system time. So in the past 2 days, I have received multiple questions asking me where to get the English translations of General Chi Chi Guan Classic and the Shaolin Short Strike Classic. And I make this video to respond to all of our friends and everybody who is interested on this, so that you are clear what is going on and what to do and what not to do. The first thing is, if you look at the General Chi Chi Guan Classic, wherever we can see today, those translations, English translations, are simply people treat that as literature, translate words while missing content. Okay? See, in Chinese classic, in martial arts, there are two issues there. Number one is one need to really know the ancient classic. And the Chinese ancient classic is they always have refer to other older classic. So one cannot just translate it with words. The second is one need to know what it is. Like today's, if you look at the General Chi Chi Guan Classics English translation, none of them mention impulse momentum. Because others, translator, they are language translator. They don't know the Chinese ancient classic, and they also don't know the martial arts. So they have no idea what it is. So that's why whatever they create, be it in university or whatever, it's just words by words translations. And even worse, people add in their opinion. Okay? So you got translation by words and there's no content there. And that's why if you really want to read about, to understand, to know about the General Chi Chi Guan's classic, it is in the Wing Chun matrix. So I translated the key point in the Wing Chun matrix. So that way you'll be able to see what exactly it is, instead of just going words and then we get creative on all those kind of stuff. And for the Shaolin Short Strike, the same thing. It is translate, there's a key part is translate in Wing Chun matrix. So this is important because all this translation, it tells us about what, why, how. It's not just words translation where it's up for everybody to guess or to speculate, because we are talking about some technology. We need to know the contents. Same is in this beginning Wing Chun. That is the what do you call it? The Shaolin Short Strike content translate there. Okay. So it has to tell you about what, why, how. Otherwise, it's reading that thing and it's just like everybody can do whatever translation or interpretations as they want, or speculation as they want. Okay, so it is like, it's better you don't read, because if you read, it screw up your mind. Okay. Now, that is also the reason that do not buy into many so-called grandmaster. They say they do the research, and they, from their research, from this grandmaster, that grandmaster, they get this thing. So those things is actually is really baseless type of stuff. According to this grandmaster, that grandmaster, all dropping names, and then because of this, then it is the entire thing. It doesn't explain the what, why, how. So I'm going to share with you, okay? Well, you can take me as I'm marketing and try to sell you my books, right? Well, just joking, right? All this book, I need to tell what, why, how. And it is not simple, okay? I have to have many data points. Let's do it in the engineering way, okay? Scientific way, not just go, oh, because I'm a grandmaster, this is my research. My friend is another grandmaster, so I learned this and then we do. No, not those, okay? So I want to share with you 3 examples here. So you'll be able to see why you need to get this. And my Resurrecting Wing Chun is coming. That has a lot of Shaolin Short Strike thing which you never see before. Okay, it's never in the West. Never explain you in the West. Even in China, it's very rare people know that, okay? Now, let's get into the meat so that you know why you need this. This is Shaolin Short Strike book, right? Well, many friends say, oh, Hendrik, I got this book too, so I'm going to work in it and then get people to translate it. This is another version of this book. There are 3 versions. So because I have 3 versions, I'll be able to check what might be the typo. Is there a typo? Yes. So because we have multiple data, we'll be able to check it. So this is the first issue. If one just took something and then just go translate it, you're running into trouble. Well, you can get the entire Chinese department to translate it. You still don't know what it is, and you don't even know is that thing is proper or is there a error there or not. Not to mention that if you never train in that art, you have no idea what it is. Right? So for example, okay, I'll show you an example. In this one of the 20 questions and answer of the Shaolin Short Strike book, okay? So over here, there is a sentence here, okay? So I read it for you. It said, 离国打开左右脚，外国打入锅里行。离国打开左右脚 is saying that wrapping inside, you strike open the left and right angle. Okay? Wrapping inside, you strike out the left and right angle. And then it said, 外国打入窝里行. External wrap, strike into nest to search for it. Okay? External wrap, strike into the nest, like the bird nest, okay? And then searching for it. Well, you go Google, you get all the expert. What the heck is that? Then we can sit down and speculate. We all love that, right? Or my opinion, your opinion, and everybody, everybody can define their Wing Chun, right? It is not. In Wing Chun, beginning Wing Chun, this is what it is. How it get into from the angle. So here it said, 外国打入锅里行. Explain to you how you get it from outside in. From outside, the footwork from outside you shoot in. That is what it is, okay? It's not going to a nest and finding something. Okay? And then, yeah, this is 离果打开左右脚. It is from inside, you shoot it from different angle. So that is the reason why I can tell you that the Wing Chun today, when people say, oh, you know, go straight line, nose to nose, sun punch, that's wrong. It is wrong, according to the Shaolin Short Strike. Why? Because there's a collusion. You do not want to do a collusion. It's a short strike art. Okay? So that is the thing, okay? If you just go reading, translating from this, you're going to find bird's nests, and you're wrapping or internal wrapping, external wrapping is like what, burrito or what, okay? And so it is, see that thing? And you need to have your footwork. If you don't have the footwork, you cannot get in. And that's why one need to have a proper 二字擒用馬. Have a proper 二字擒用馬. Why? Because when you go in, your knee handling has to be proper. Your 7-ball handling has to be proper. Like today's 二字擒用馬, you're clamping your leg. You just look at like the from the rehab of the knee, people doing lunge for the. You see that is the proper way of handling the knee and your ankle, doing lunge. Okay, rehab, you know, the workout, the lunging. Now, if you climb your knee, wow, really haven't know what the heck it is. So this is the details of content one need to know if one want to translate this stuff. Otherwise, it's like it is adding more confusion. Many people, especially these days, Westerners saying, you know what? I learned this internal Wing Chun, and then I research. And then I from here, I there and research for that, and then I found out this thing. Unless you can show all this thing out, and you can tell me about the details, you don't have it. Disregard of what grandmaster title you have. Because we're here not talking about martial arts or you are the best fighter in the universe. We're talking about Chinese culture. Okay? So this is type of the details we need to know, okay? And if we don't stand properly, we get into problem, okay? So if you have a stance like that, where this is not aligned, far away, you got problem. Okay, so that is one thing. The second thing is, in this chapter, all these words, see, no drawing, it say 提劲运用法，提劲handling your force, the method of handling your force. It talk about what? Breathing. So in Wing Chun matrix, is translate here, and it shows the process using the sticks to how to develop it step by step. Step by step. So that details you need to know. if you just translate again the words from here, it say that handling of the strength, then we all can speculate again. And if we don't know about the way how to develop the breathing, like showing in here, one never experienced it anyway. And so one can read the entire translation or entire book, still one don't know what it is. Okay? And also in Wing Chun Matrix, the Q&A, question and answer in this book, some of them are translated, which is related to the content of this book. Okay? Because every book has to have a subject. Okay? It's not like scattering around. And then in the Wing Chun, in the resurrection Wing Chun, which is coming, it will show you the lower part of the body handling and the fill in and the shoot in, where none exists today in the West and even in Asia. Unless you really know this, you practice it, you know it. Otherwise, you have no idea what it is. So in the resurrection Wing Chun, which is coming in a month or so, I think, you will see that. Okay. So that's why if people really want to know what it is, in the meantime, these two books, you need that because it gives you the details. Otherwise, you can. It just makes you more confusion on what it is, okay? Because we need to pinpoint thing. Now, finally, I want to make fun of this thing, okay? See, not everybody can just go claim that, oh, I do research. I'm the Grandmaster XYG, and this my Grandmaster tell me, that Grandmaster blah, blah, blah. Let me share with you. Having fun with this, let me share with you. So in this book, in the Shaolin Short Strike book, there's a picture here. There's a picture here. It is one of the techniques in the Shaolin Short Strike. So what is this called? Okay, so this is called 坐禅大法. 坐禅大法 meaning this is the method of catching the toad frogs catching the toad. So it shows like that. Okay? You can take a snapshot, right? So it is like that. Right? Right? So is that figure I turn into this big frog or toad? You know, I look like a throat, right? A frog, right? Well, you can translate it like it become a trot, right? A frog, right? Or what? King Trot, Shaolin Short Strike, right? So I share with you what it is today, okay? You know what is that catching trot, catching toad or catching frog method? This is this. If, say, you and me face, right? This is your right hand. This is your left hand here, your right hand. You strike at me, right? So for me, I come to around your bridge and your wrist here. I put your this here. Okay, I can grab it here, grab it here. Or if I don't have time, I don't grab it with my thumb, I just put it like this. You will usually see that, right, in Wing Chun, right? Now when the punch comes, you do this, right? That is the catching toads or catching frogs method. It is the Phục Sao, or Phục Sao is a derivative of the catching frog method. You punch me, Phục. right? So I can grab this, right? But if I don't have time, I don't grab it, I just go this way, right? And my elbow is not like this, you know, like immobile elbow. No, I just go in here. That's why the throat, the throat is this way, right? The elbow is out there. You come, go in here like that. I'm not going to, all the short strike from Shaolin, they never go collide with you, exchange punch. They don't. Okay, this is the center line. This is the center line too. Your center line there goes from here. I don't have to go like this. So this is the catching throat or catching front hand or techniques. But if nobody explained to us, how the hell we know what the heck it is? It's going to like this. Catching throat, special kung fu, right? So research, one need to know what it is. It's not just talk, and everybody is a grandmaster, but there's no content there. And if you get somebody in the PhD in the Chinese department, you ask them to translate this, how the world they're going to know what the heck it is? They can say catching throat. Oh, maybe this guy look like a big king throat, okay, or king frog. It turns out that it is a folk sao. And also, there's a reason why we know folk sao is not this. This is gong sao, this is not folk sao, like the Shaolin Tao. This is not folk sao. Folk sao is this catching frog stuff, like a frog, right? You see this? This is like a frog. See, this is like a frog, I catching frog. While I catching frog from here, I strike him from here. Okay, catching this frog from your right. Now this part is like your frog, or this part, the entire here, catching the frog, strike you. So I hope that you see this. Okay, let's do things properly. Okay, let's do things properly. I don't want to monopolize this stuff. That's why all this stuff is, I open it up for public. This is not technology, or you can see that in Wing Chun people trademark their style, their way of doing things and those things. I don't. I just put it down here and translate it and give it to everybody. And you know, I don't treat it like a technology in the Silicon Valley. I patent the hell out. If I patent all this thing with the Wing Chun, the researching Wing Chun, the thing which can come up, the method and the breathing, then everybody dead because you need my technology. But I'm not doing that, right? Why? Hey man, this is a cultural stuff. Sure, you know, it's okay to make money, to get compensation if you really teach people, like even in Harvard University, in Stanford University, you pay big bucks for those education. It's okay because they give you quality education. But it is a culture here. It is a culture here. It is an education, so I give it to everybody. Like yesterday, the three, what do you call it, the three, I shared the 3 levels of fighting. Speaking of that, you go read this book translated by Alex Ko, Grandmaster Alex Ko. Let me share it with you. You see this all up and down? All the level change. Same with the books from our friend Patrick McCarthy. You see this kneeling? You see this going down? You see there's a 3 level. And if you want to talk about like dogfish, one second. You see all this going down to the ground? So, you know, we need to base on something. Not doing what we have done for past 100 years, especially when it comes to Chinese stuff, and then the people start to translate it and then say this is the ancient Chinese philosophy and all this kind of stuff, but they never tell you what, why, how. That means they don't know. They just translating words, and then everybody love to buy the books. Why? Because you can speculate, I can speculate, and then we can quarrel and say, well, why do you say yours right? Okay, you can say, you can take it this way, I can take it this way. That's what everybody like. But the real Chinese culture is not that way. That's what I just shared with you, right? You want to examine whether I'm telling the truth or not. You go in the Ngozo, you go in the Bubishi, you go into the dogfish. You can see all data there supporting what I'm telling you. Only that way, then that thing is legit. So as the Buddhist, the Buddha's teaching, follow the Dharma, not follow the people. So don't follow Hendrik. It is all this data which is important, not Hendrik. And this thing, you buy it not because of me. You buy it because you face it, you don't have time to go do research and translate all this thing. Face it, it's decades of works. This is the easiest, most affordable way. So this is what I'd like to share with you. This is the truth of the entire thing. If we want to make Wing Chun great again, we need to live with a standard, a professional standard, not monkey around with things.